I don't think there's a way to describe this concept that doesn't sound extremely concerning, so I'm just gonna come right out and say it. I've got 164 graves in my Sims front yard, and today I would like to try and find some more. I feel a need to defend myself, so I've had this family for a really long time now. These kids are the 16th generation. I'm not kidding. If I try and scroll up in this family tree, it just goes on and on and on. This is the full family tree, and I'm not kidding. I've been playing with these Sims for a very long time. And obviously, when you play in the same save for a very long time, a lot happens. Obviously, all of those Sims in the family tree are long dead, some for worse reasons than others. I've had 16 generations of pets that have all died of old age, which is sad, but not my fault. It's the circle of life. But beyond just my household and like my Sims family, everyone else in the save is also dead. My little collection here started out small. Like at first, I would just keep my family's graves. Maybe if like my cousin died, I'd go out to their house and get the grave and bring it back. But then as it was growing, I had this desire for more. And you know when your Sims like at the bar and then some elder just like dies of old age right there? Grim Reaper comes, he takes them, their grave gets left. Well, I started taking those graves home with me. Because what am I gonna do? Just leave them there? No. I'll bring them back and then put them in my front yard. So that's how I got all of these, like through normal Sims gameplay. And there's probably like 85 or something here. Well, cut to last week and I discovered that there's a lot of graves that can be found out in the world. And I found all of these in 45 minutes. Because like I said, not only are my Sims dying, everyone else is dying too. And when they die, they just leave their graves on the lot. And I realized that you can go visit the lots and just like bring them home with you. So today we are going on a great grave hunt. I want to see how many we can find to expand the collection. I've already checked everywhere in Willow Creek, Oasis Springs, and Forgotten Hollow, but there's obviously a lot more worlds here, so I'm just gonna go visit all the houses in Windenburg and see what I can find. Oh, okay, well, let's go here first. So when you load into these lots, there's sort of a science to it. I found that the graves are usually in the front left corner of the lot, the back right corner of the lot, or right inside the front door. Let me in. No, let me in. Let me in. The person who lives here is right here. Oh, is it like bugged because of you? Please? Okay. Sometimes when this happens, you gotta take matters into your own hands. If you type bb.enable free build, you can build on any lot, and then you can get inside to see them just to, oh, there's none. Okay, boring. Well, if they were there, they'd be right here in the front door. They're not. Let's try over here instead. There's 4 Sims there, so they probably had a family. And this, my friends, is exactly what I mean. There's just like 7 graves there in the corner of the lot. So I would assume that all 7 of these people are relatives of these Sims. It's probably like their parents, their grandma, whatever. Maybe story progression killed some of them. But to me, it does not really matter how they died. More just that they died because I want their graves. One other kind of weird thing that I've noticed about this is that the pet graves show up as regular graves. Like it says this one is for Dusty, which is probably a pet because it just has one name, but that is a Sims grave. I've had this problem with like my own Sims pets before where it kind of glitches like that, but again, it does not matter to me as long as I have the gravestones. 7 is a good haul. Sometimes there's just 1, which is kind of boring. A couple times I've had 8, which was a huge win. I'm kind of looking around the outside and not seeing anything, so I shall knock on the front door. Why does the game class that as the front door? Okay, well, there's nobody dead in here, so maybe we try, oh my god, maybe we try this house. There's 10 of them. They have 4 dogs. I've got the maximum household size increased to 24 instead of 8 with a mod, so occasionally in this save, we come across some strange things. I've had Sims have like literally 10 kids. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, thank you very much. That'll be 6 more. What are you sad about? From mourning a pet? Whose pet? One of their pets? Well, you need to take these pets to the vet is what you need to do. Poor Tommy is glowing. Most of the time, I don't know these people, like Harmony Sullivan. I've never seen her. Related to this guy somehow, but not my problem. Look at that, 2 more already. Thank you very much. They do this weird thing when I load onto the lot where they like float. I don't really know what it is, but if you look closely, you'll notice them like bobbing up and down and it plays like a water sound effect. See, look at this back here. Do you see it float like that? Well, that's just 1, boring. You won't find graves on community lots unless like you're actively there when the Sim is dying. The reason we're getting graves from these houses is because the Sims lived there and then like died of old age or died from story progression and the game just left their grave at their home. I think it's intentional to make it easier for you to like find find family members in case something happens. Because it is kind of weird that I can just like show up and take graves home with me. But also, if I want to like get grandpa, that should be fine. Oh, boring. There's none. So it makes sense that I can click and drag them, but it is kind of bizarre that I can just go to all these houses and like take them home with me. Also, these people have like 1 million kids. There is 11 people in that household. I think it's starting to make sense as to why there are so many graves around. Ever since that update with the neighborhood stories where Sims could choose to have kids, it's been wild. Look at that. Do you see that? How they float? There's only 3 of them here, which kind of sucks, but oh, that one's name was Cutie. Okay, well, come on. I checked everywhere in Windenburg. I might go look in San Myshuno now. I don't really know what happens with apartments and graves, so I kind of want to find out. I feel like it should just work the same as a regular lot, but I wouldn't be surprised. Uh-oh, where was I? But there's nobody in there. You haven't seen it yet, but sometimes they spawn right inside the front door. I don't really know what causes that, like what decides where all the graves are spawning, but for some reason that's how it works. I don't think we're gonna get lucky with any graves here in San Myshuno. Let's try the mansion in Brindleton Bay instead. Ooh, lovely weather we're having. Oh, there's only 2. Okay, well, we've got 21 now. I probably shouldn't be complaining because like 21 is a lot. Oh, 4 more floating in the front yard over here. I'll take that. It does make me feel kind of guilty because like I'm just taking these people's family and bringing them home. Oh, these people are related to my Sims. I didn't notice that. The McLeod family is who this guy Graves' sister married. So I actually have a reason to come get these people, although I don't know their names. Look, 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 you can see it there just in the front door. You can see the grave. Please go inside. Oh, there's 3 of them. Edmund. Well, you're coming home with me. There's only 1 Sim living here, which may seem like a bad sign, but that doesn't mean that like they didn't have a family of 8 until now. Sometimes it's the places you least expect that give you the most graves. Do you see any through the door? I don't think I do. Nobody's home? Ugh, this is where free build comes into play. Because sometimes if nobody's home and I want to check, I just go into free build and like look inside just in case, but I don't think there's any graves in here. If there were, I could take them and move them outside so I could bring them home. Oh, I think I see some back here. Okay, that will be 5 more. Thank you very much. 33. That's just ridiculous. I'm checking Del Sol Valley now. I don't really spend a lot of time here. I don't really love Del Sol Valley, if I'm being honest. I mean, do you blame me with a house like this? But are there any graves inside? I don't know. No, it's a celebrity house, so I can't get in. Okay, hold on. Enable free build, please? Really? Something else that I'm kind of confused by is like, at a certain point, they despawn, right? Because obviously Sims like Judith Ward are not still here. This was her house, but she's long dead and her grave is long gone. But I don't know what causes them to despawn or like when they despawn, because it has been 16 generations. So Judy's been dead for a long time. My only regret is not doing my grave hunt sooner. If only I had known. I just didn't realize how easy it would be to get so many of them. If I was like actually collecting these throughout the entire time that I've been playing, I would have like hundreds. Okay, I can't get into this house, but it looks to be empty. So I don't know if I even need to check. This is another weird thing that happens in a save after you've been playing for a long time, because when Sims die and leave the house, like when the last Sim that lived there dies, they take all their furniture with them. So the Bailey Moon family lived here, died, and for some reason just packed it all up and like brought it with them to the other side. So if you play in a sim save for a long time, you might notice a lot of empty houses in your game. I think you can technically fix that and like prevent it from happening by editing the house. If you were to like place an extra object down, it wouldn't delete stuff. I don't really know what it is that causes that, but that is what happens. So if you're ever wondering like, why are all my houses empty in my legacy challenge save, it's because the game is kind of glitchy. I'm not sure if it's intentional, but I can't imagine it would be. But I wish they would fix it because it's really annoying how like every house in the game is empty after a certain point. This one appears to have survived, but I'm not seeing any graves. And I can't knock on the door. Ugh. Let me just do a quick check. Just in case. Just in case there's anything around, I'll look and see, but I don't think so. Oh, we have not been having good luck in Del Sol Valley. There's nothing here. Literally nothing here. Afraid of the dark? Okay, well, buddy, I think you've got a lot more to be afraid of. You're carrying 33 headstones in your backpack. All right, Del Sol Valley was a flop. I got 0. Maybe Strangerville will be better luck. You know, I'm not surprised about Del Sol Valley being a flop because it has a history of that, but I never thought thought I'd see the day where I thought maybe Strangerville would be lucky, and it is. Okay, thank you very much. That will be 3 more. This is like one of my least favorite houses in the entire game. And I've got reason to think that because there's no graves outside. Do you see any in the front door there? I'm not seeing any through the window, but I'll check. No? Now this one's not empty because of a glitch. This one's just empty because they released it like that. Can you believe it? Look at how there's no furniture. There's one light in this whole area and like not a single piece of furniture. This room, completely empty. And they shipped it like this. They sold this house to us. I don't want to talk about it. I'm not feeling hopeful about this house either, but I'm open to being surprised. And I am not. This house is just ugly too. Why did they use that carpet? What were they thinking? This lot is one of the coolest ones here. Oh, and we hit the jackpot. Okay, there's what, 6 more? Thank you very much. Okay, this lot is like an underground bunker that's hidden in this plane. If your sim comes up to this and like knocks on this door, you can kind of see the shell of it there, but the actual house is in the basement in this bunker underneath the plane crash. It's honestly really cool. More cool because there was a bunch of graves there, although this house does have a serious problem in that you can't actually cook on these counters because they use the island counters and they place this fruit bowl here. Your sim can't cook on this corner one. They usually can, but on the island corner, they can't because they have it like rotated wrong. So if I try to make something, he just won't be able to because he can't use the counter. And again, they shipped it like this. They sold this pack. It's all because of this fruit bowl. If it was placed there instead, your sim can cook. I don't know why they use the island counters. If it were regular counters, it would have been fine. Okay, don't tell me it's inappropriate. If you think me cooking fruit salad in your house is inappropriate, wait until you see what I've got in my backpack because this is not a problem. Nathaniel. This house is very small, so I would be very surprised to have any luck here, but you never know. Okay, never mind. There we go, just one little lone grave floating in the backyard. We're at 43. I think I'd like to get to 50. It's getting a little bit past my sim's bedtime, so I'm trying to hurry up. Oh, nothing? There's only one here? I don't mean to sound too greedy, but this is getting ridiculous. When I did this the first time, I was finding like 8 graves at a time, constantly. I don't think there's gonna be any here because I don't see any through the front door. Okay. Ooh, you're grilling? Can I have some? Honestly, perfect timing. I'm gonna come grab a snack. Should we like chat? Hi, Kaylin. Nice to meet you, I guess. All right, bye. Thanks for dinner. Look at this cat. Oh, that's so cute. Its name is Star. This house is literally at the base of a volcano. So if there is not a grave inside, I am going to be furious. What? Okay, this house is really cool. It's sort of like a shipwreck, kind of like the plane wreck that we just saw, but I'm not seeing anything outside. So hopefully in here there will be, no. Oh, somebody started a sandcastle and never finished it. That makes me feel kind of bad. Inside this house, there is no graves, but instead the remnants of what appears to be a very large fire. This must have happened to me at some point when I was playing. Like, fires don't happen when you're off lot. So there must have been a fire here when I was here, but that's that's a little concerning. Oh my god, I just remembered when this fire happened. Okay, I don't remember which sim it was. This was kind of a while ago, but basically I had moved out my sim's brother and he had had a kid, so I came here to age the kid up. And in the process of me trying to bake a cake to age the kid up, huge fire starts. So I'm sat here like trying to put out the fire. Obviously it wasn't working because it spread everywhere. And then when I got home to like my main household with the main sims, my cat had died. It was really old, so I knew it was gonna die soon, but I didn't think it would die when I wasn't there. And because I wasn't there, the grave glitched, so I didn't even get it at first, but then it like randomly appeared the next day. It was a whole thing. Wow, okay, so I had forgotten about that. I'm glad we saw this to remind us. Oh, thank you very much. Finally, we've got some more. There's 6 on this lot, which makes us have exactly 50. Are there any more over here? Like, is it worth checking? Honestly, no matter what happens, I feel great about this. I got 50 more graves. My collection has grown. There appears to be none in here. Whatever, that's fine. I did good. We did good today. Look, if I'm being honest, I don't really know what the point of this is. I don't know at what point in my life I decided to start doing this, but it has brought me a lot of joy. I think my ultimate goal is to fill in the entire lot with graves. Right now, it kind of looks like a fence in the front yard, but what I would like to do is like have gravestones that fill in every inch of empty space. I've already got them like wrapping around the front landscaping. You can see it like wraps around the tree right there, but I want to keep going going and like have them fill in all of this empty space and just have the entire place be a graveyard. I've been playing with this family over on my Twitch channel, so if you wanted to come by and like play with us, I'll have it linked down below. My name's just lilsimsie on there. But it is really funny doing this on stream because most of the time I'm just like playing Sims like normal. I've been doing the not so berry challenge, as you can maybe tell, but I'll just be like making dinner and then somebody will come into the Twitch chat and be like, hey everybody, wait a minute, what's that? What's that in the front yard? And then I get to be like, oh, do you like my graves? So if any of you have any long-standing Sim saves, maybe go on a hunt sometime soon. Obviously, I don't think most of us are going to be keeping piles of graves in our front yards in like most of our households, but honestly, it is kind of nice to make an effort to like go and get the gravestones of family members. Like if your Sim's grandpa dies or like the cousin or whatever. Normally, when I play a legacy challenge, I'll make a graveyard like on a separate lot and then I'll keep all of the graves there. Mostly so I don't get haunted by them, because in this household, oh my god, it is a nightmare. Every single night, 5, 10 ghosts roaming the house, breaking all of my plumbing, making it so I can't speed up through the night. And because a lot of them drowned in the shark pond, any ghost that died from drowning drips water. So in the morning, there'll be puddles everywhere. Oh my god, it's a disaster, but it's funny, which makes it kind of worth it. But I think on that note, I'm probably gonna end this video right here. I hope that you enjoyed it. It's kind of fun to go off collecting sometimes, you know? Thank you for watching, and I'm gonna catch you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everybody. Oh my god, I have over 200 graves now. That is so bad. That sounds so concerning if you hear it out of context. Even with context, it's concerning.